sports fans? This is Steven Hill for JustMyPicks.com, and I'm bringing you a special Super Bowl breakdown. We have the finalists for the Super Bowl this year. It's been a long year for NFL fans. We're finally looking at the two finalists. It's going to be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Denver Broncos live from MetLife Stadium in New York City. It's going to be a lot of things going on. You have a lot of people that are showing love to each side. You have the Denver Broncos fans who are crazy, the Seattle Seahawks fans who are crazy. It comes down to this: Russell Wilson versus Peyton Manning. The Broncos offense against this Legion of Boom in the Seahawks defense. It's going to be a great game. I'm going to be breaking down why I feel who's going to win this game, and I'm going to look at the key points for both sides, and I'm going to break down the matchup key by key. I'm going to first start on the Seattle defense. The Seattle defense showed us yet again why they can create turnovers. You look at Richard Sherman. You look at a lot of those guys like Chancellor, Earl Thomas. A lot of the things that they're doing on defense, it's not tricks, it's not pretty, it's just basic stuff. They're helping each other. They're being using help defense. They're doing a lot of 3-4 schemes, 4-3 schemes. They're throwing in a lot of mismatch stuff. They're using a lot of zone defense, basically, where they're using bodies in between to eat space. They're basically not letting people run free on the outside, but making it a mission for them to send everything under their cornerbacks. You look at Richard Sherman possibly being the best cornerback in the NFL. He's challenging everyone. He's challenging Tom Brady. You saw him get in the face of Michael Crabtree, challenge him a couple of times. You're looking at a fearless defense that they can get burned sometimes because they do make mistakes on defense, but when it comes down to it, they show up when they need to. You look at that home field advantage that they had throughout this season and at home in the playoffs. That will not be in New York City. You know that the fans are going to be loud in the Super Bowl, but it won't be that loud. When you come down to it, Peyton Manning on offense is probably the best quarterback in NFL history. I don't care Montana. I don't care all those things. Regular season wise, he put up the numbers. Look at that, the MVP stats. Looking at his body of work, from what he's done from day one to now, he's looking like one of the greatest of all time. You look at some of the things that he does with this Denver Bronco offense. He has the offense under his tutelage, and he has everybody on point. You look at both Thomas boys, Demarius and Daniel. You're looking at what they do, and they get open, and they get excellent separation. A tight end mismatch. He's not the Jimmy Graham matchup that the Seattle Seahawks had a couple of weeks earlier. He's not soft. He's going to go out there and play his game. You look at the wide receiver, Demarius Thomas, big, fast, strong, and physical. He's not going to draw with Richard Sherman, but he will go out there and play. Wes Welker is the wild card in this football game because Wes Welker can get open so quickly and do some of the things and be a decoy for Peyton Manning. He has so many things that he can be used for, from blocking to catching. And then you look at Eric Decker, who is Peyton Manning's perhaps favorite receiver. We've seen him hook up with him this year almost more times than anybody else on the team. Then you have to look at Monty Ball. Even though he had a couple of fumbles this season, he's shown and proven late in the games he can finish the game running the football. Then you have to look at Noshawn Moreno, who is a quality running back. He's not an elite running back, but he gets the job done. Whether it's pass protection, whether it's catching passes, whether it's running the football, Noshawn gets the job done. When you look at this Denver Broncos defense, it is a liability waiting to happen. You know you have Champ Bailey, Quentin Jammer, and those boys there. It's the AARP defense at cornerback, but I may make jokes, but they did what they had to do to shut down Tom Brady on Sunday. When it comes down to it, the Seattle Seahawks offense must generate points. They must create pressure and run the football with the beast, Marshawn Lynch. He has to get the job done on the ground because the Seattle Seahawks do not have an elite wide receiver. Percy Harvin may be back by that time, but Percy Harvin, he's a gamble with his health. You never know if he's going to have a concussion. You never know if he's going to have a migraine. It's always something with Percy Harvin. So if he does play, they will have a playmaker on offense, but he is no elite receiver by any way, shape, or form. The Denver Broncos are going to try to limit the Seahawks rushing yards. They're going to go all in on the run defense because they know Marshawn Lynch can run this football. When you look at the physical style that he played against the 49ers, he was trying to get every single inch each and every time, and they just continue continue to wheel past the 49ers. When it comes to this game, they will not have that same task of going up against a defense that is that elite. So it will be easy for Lynch to get a lot more yards. The only thing I'm concerned about is Russell Wilson passing the football, because that the Denver Broncos offense is not that good compared to the Seattle Seahawks or compared to the 49ers. It's going to be a field day. I feel like the Seahawks can get their shots when they want to. They can get their play action off when they want to. Russell Wilson is most famous when he gets into that play action mode, and he does things that a lot of other quarterbacks can't do because they're not mobile. Now, the big key for this, Pete Carroll versus John Fox. Pete Carroll is a mastermind head coach. He's been to the Super Bowl before. He knows what is going to happen. He's lost to the New England Patriots before. He studies the film of that game. He studies a lot of things of the Seattle Seahawks also. These are two competitive football teams. They're two solid football teams. You have two good quarterbacks. You have a running back in Marshawn Lynch that is going to be a game changer. Nosha Moreno can do the same thing. But when it comes down to it, the offense versus defense, who will win this football game? I have to go with the veteran. I have to go with Peyton Manning. I understand Richard Sherman is running his mouth already talking about what he's going to do and how he's going to do it. But when it comes down to it, I have more faith this season in Peyton Manning than I do the Seattle Seahawks. It's not going to be a pretty low scoring game. I feel like Peyton Manning could possibly blow the score out of this world, because Peyton Manning has the offensive weapons. Because the Seahawks will not be at home, it's going to be a different game on the road. A lot of those players for the Seahawks have never been to a Super Bowl. Peyton Manning has been on a Super Bowl. You're looking at a couple of these guys that really know how to do playoff football. So when it comes down to it, I'm picking the Broncos in a very close game, but I feel like Peyton may be able to really take this game out of hand, if you will. So this is my prediction. I want to know what you guys feel. Leave your comments in the section below, right up under this video. Let me know what you guys feel. Do you feel like the Broncos are going to win? Do you feel like my prediction is right? Or do you feel like the Legion of Boom and the Seattle Seahawks is going to win this football game? Let me know. Check me out at justmypicks.com. Also, follow me on Twitter at justmypicks.tv. Also, check me out on YouTube. YouTube.com/justmypicks.tv. Remember, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Share it in your sports group so we can debate with you and your friends each and every day, Monday through Friday. And check us out each and every week. Thank you very much.